Hi, my name is Kennedy and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be 24 books that I want to read in 2024. This is my first time doing a video like this or just thinking about what I want to read for an upcoming year, so I'm pretty excited to share and want to hear what you guys are going to read this year too. Most of these books are part of series. There's a lot of series in here, but I love me some series, so I have very high hopes for like all the books this year, and I already started off the year reading The Will of the Many, which was such a good book, so I'm excited what this year will bring. I'm just gonna go in a random order. So starting off with my favorite series of last year, which is Red Rising. We're gonna need to read Iron Gold, The Dark Age, and I don't have it yet, but Lightbringer. So yeah, these are a high priority. I'm most definitely going to get to them and very excited to see how the Red Rising series turns out, and I'll be very sad when it's over. Next, I need to finish the trilogy in the Poppy War series. So I've got the two books here. They're really pretty. They look good on the shelf, and I love the Poppy War. I am scared to see what happens to these characters. Next, I have Jade War, and insert Jade Legacy here. This was my top 3 book of last year. Jade City was, and I heard Jade Legacy is so insane. It's never been at my bookstore, so I ordered it online. It's coming in a couple of days, along with 2 other books that I will share. But I just really wanted to make sure that I had the other 2 books in this series because I am going to want to binge it and I'm going to finish it in one. And I'm probably going to try to get to this month, or if not this month, definitely next month. So high priority reads for sure. Love Jade City, love Hilo. Next, we have Foundryside. To be honest, I do not know much about this book, but I've seen a lot of people who have similar tastes to me, like high fantasy. I'm pretty sure this is an assassin story and also a series. And a lot of people say that this book is very good. So I got it and really, really want to read it. I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. Next, we have a book that I'm a little nervous about, but also very excited about, which is Dune. I got this book a while ago. I remember before I started reading again, I opened it and it was just, the first page was a lot for me. So I kind of already stopped, waited for a different time. And then the movie with Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya came on Netflix, and it's one of my favorite movies. I loved it. I loved all the sci-fi aspects of it, and that just really made me want to read Dune more. So Dune, I'm going to get to at least the first book this year and see how it goes from there. But I'm pretty excited, and I know the second movie is coming out too, so also excited for that. So that's 9 books, counting the ones online. And just so I say these before I forget, I'm just going to mention the other 2 coming in the mail, which are the 5th season. Again, I don't really know much about this. I just hear everyone talking about it and freaking out about it. And the general consensus is that they can't really even explain what the book's about because that's like a spoiler and it's too insane to talk about. So very excited to read that one. And as I said, that's coming in the mail in a couple days. And the last one that is coming in that mail as well is Piranesi, which same thing. I've been hesitant to read. It doesn't seem like a book I would love, but everyone talks about it, and same thing, they can't explain what it's about. So those 2 are definitely going to be read this year, and I'm very excited for it. Next on my list is actually a light novel, which is basically like a Japanese anime form of reading, but it's not a manga. It has pages. It reads like the normal left to right. It's just called a light novel, but it is very good. It is about this world where this country called the Republic basically kicks out everyone who does not look like her with white hair and silver eyes, and they make everyone but mainly the kids fight in this war against these machines. So they're fighting this literally unwinnable fight against machines, and there's a lot about race in there, and obviously child soldiers, death, and just their struggles, and these two people coming together from completely different worlds, and they have a really cute relationship. And yeah, this is book 11. I absolutely love this story. Like, even if you do not like anime or manga or anything like that, this is just a good book about war and friendship and love and politics and death and sacrifice, and I love it. I don't know if the 12th one is out. This is just the next one that I have to read, and I need to make sure I read it. Next, we got one that I think I'm going to love. I cannot wait to read this. It is The Rage of Dragons and The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter. Seems like really good war, dragon, fantasy story. Gotta love it. I love anything with dragons, so can't wait. This one I'll be reading in the first few months for sure, because I'm pretty sure book 3 comes out in March or so. So this is high on the list. Next, we got two pretty big fantasies. One is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. Everyone talks about Abercrombie, and I just felt like I needed to read one of his books and see what the hype is about. I have no clue what this book is about, but I can't wait, and it will definitely be read. Next, we have the even bigger book. It is huge. Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings. This is supposed to be kind of a Game of Thrones-ish, different character perspective, deep, slow burn, but pays off at the end type of book. That's what I hear, and I'm down for that. I do not mind a slow burn if I enjoy the characters and it pays off. I was going to get maybe Mistborn first, which I heard a lot of people recommend, but I just seen this and wanted to get it. And yes, I am reluctant to read a 1,000-page book, but it's going to happen this year. I can promise that. Next, this might be one of the ones I'm most excited about, even though all of these are. We have a Game of Thrones box set. My mom got me this for Christmas. I absolutely love Game of Thrones. My dog is named Arya, and I watched the whole show 3 times in total. So absolutely love it. I hear that the book is different and of course way better because the books are always better. I'm excited to get into all these characters' mind and see what differs from the show. And my favorite character is Jaime, so let's see how that goes. I have all 8. I don't know exactly. I didn't want to make a certain number of how much I should read this year. I'm kind of just going to play it however I want to play it. If I read this and want to read the rest of the series, great. If not, because I usually like to take breaks in between series, then that's fine too. I'm not going to put the pressure, but definitely the first one. The box set also came with this huge map of Westeros, and I'm obsessed. Next, we have Griever's Blood, which is the second book to Combat Codes by Alexander Darwin, about a world where disputes between countries is fought 1v1, bring out your best fighter, battle. It doesn't have to be the death, but a lot of times it is to the death, and that's what happens. So being a good fighter is literally the most valued thing in this country, and we follow Sego as he is brought up from an underground fighting ring and with all these powerful children in this fighting academy and anti-government. It reminds me a lot of The Will of the Many, which I just got done reading this January. And this book, like book 1, really took me by surprise. It has a really great world, good characters. It has so much potential that it left us on. So I can't wait for Griever's Blood. So I cannot wait for Griever's Blood. And I highly recommend you read the first one, Combat Codes, if you like books like The Will of the Many. Next, we have some books that I don't think anyone has ever heard of. They're really, really unique. Okay. Next, we have a series that not many people have heard of. It's really unique. I'm really proud of myself. For like finding these books, so I'm gonna introduce them to you guys. and it is the series of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I don't even know what the series is called. Yeah, obviously these books are huge. I really thought I was going to think ACOTAR was overrated and not going to enjoy it, but I had so much freaking fun with book one. I read book one, my cousin has it now, so hopefully she better read it and give it back to me and enjoy it. But it was weird. I just had like so many books I was excited to read, and even though I loved book one, I just didn't really want to go to book two yet, and I know book two is the best one. So I just want to read them all in a chunk. I'm going to read a couple of these the next few months that I've been really wanting to read, and then just completely go through this whole series probably. I don't have the fifth or whatever, the last one that's out yet. So we're going to count that, and I want to read this year too, because I'm just going to take a month and hopefully read this whole series and film my reactions for you guys. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back into ACOTAR. Sometimes I'll be reading these deep high fantasy or horror books, these deep sci-fi books, and I'm like, I just want something like ACOTAR to read and have fun, you know? I want some fun. Even though there are dark moments, it's still fun. All right, coming down to the last couple, we have another series, which is The Cruel Prince. After reading Six of Crows, I didn't really like it. I was kind of getting out of the YA feel. I haven't been really liking anything YA, but The Cruel Prince, I loved. And I think I might just like Holly Black because I liked her last trilogy. It was like a modern fairy tales trilogy, all in one type of book. I didn't know who she was, but I read it. And I really liked the world, and that world is the Cruel Prince world. She uses that same world. There's actually a couple of the characters from that trilogy that I read in book one of The Cruel Prince. And this was fun. It was, again, just very fun, a magical world, but with really dark twists that I did not expect happening. I really liked the characters and the potential of this series, so can't wait to read these two. There's going to be some fast, hopefully fun reads. Last one on my list that I definitely need to read in 2024 is The Blood Trials. I got this one a while ago. I was literally hunting at so many different Barnes and Nobles because a lot of them didn't have this. Not a lot of people talk about it, but the people that do absolutely love it. And it's just this war story about this girl. I don't know much, but I know that it's very brutal. It dives into some race issues and very like sci-fi combat oriented. So I think I'm gonna love this one. I said that about every book, but that's why I bought these books. So that is my 2020. So that is the 24 books that I must read in 2024. I am going to hold myself to it. And all of these books, except for like the sequels and the ones that I just ordered, are all on my physical TBR. I really want to get that down. I'm officially like putting myself on a book buying ban after I bought this last package because I have all these books that I want to read on my TBR, and I'm going to make that a goal to just clear out this TBR. Of course, I'm still gonna want to go to the bookstore sometimes, and there's some releases that I'm definitely gonna get. But for the most part, this is what my year is going to look like. And I can't be more excited because all these books have the potential to be like 10 out of 10s for me. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know what your most anticipated reads of 2024 will be.